Because you believe everything you read on the internet, right? I actually met, Caitlin was lieutenant governor. How many of you were in Key Club back in high school? Yes. Caitlin was the leader. He was the guy. All the women were hounding after him. And everyone said, we want to be that guy. So keep it up. Keep up the good work. And now look what you're doing, reinvesting back in this community. Just really quickly, I know you guys don't want to hear speeches and talking, but how many of you want to run for office someday? Or think about it? Or how many of you have thought about running for office someday? Yes. So we're at the right place. And Rita knows this because she's works for a law firm, but the importance about civic engagement and how to get involved. For those of you who don't know me or another elected official who's in this room, Darcy Green is right there. Holler. And also Jordan, who is also an elected official. Let me just tell you really quickly about why it's important for young people to get involved and get engaged. People still today tell me that I'm too young and say that I'm not capable of doing the job that we do, whatever it is, governing. And when you look at people like Darcy, when you look at people like Jordan, and when I'm standing and looking at you here, it's so important that we get engaged and get involved. So just shout out, why do you think not more young people are engaged in the civic process? Why is that the case? Is it because politics isn't sexy? Or is politics dirty? Or is politics corrupt and there's not money in it? Why would people get into politics? Why wouldn't you get into politics, right? No? I mean, it's nirvana. Everybody gets along all the time, right? You're talking about very good issues, right? No? No? Okay. So why, just shout, why are you interested in running for office? Or why would you think about it? Change.
The issues.
The issues? Love for people. Some love more than others. Change the community. Let me just say that it's really important for us all to get engaged, because when I go to the conference of, when I went to the conference of mayors, or when I go to the National League of Cities, I will go into a room and see nothing but a sea of balding white hair. And when I go into that room, I've had people come to me saying, who are you an intern for? Or I've had people say to me, my shirts and ties are older than you. And of course my response that I want to say to them is, well, you need to change your wardrobe if you're wearing 28-year-old clothes. But it's real. This is real, serious stuff here. When you look at your city councils, your mayors, your state legislators, do they look and talk like us and they think like us? And think about the issues that we all care about, the issues of Social Security. We will not get the money that we put into the system as we stand here today. And as progressives, if you watch the Republican debate, I know this is not political, but when you watch the Republican debate, I'll just pose one question to you. Do they think and talk like us? And you can answer that question for yourself. And when you look at the Republican Party or Independent Party, do they think and talk like us too? And it's really important for us to do that. And particularly being in California, we're the 8th largest economy in the world, it's so important that we lead by example. Not only in California, but in Silicon Valley. The heart of innovation, we're innovation, right? And when I grew up, I had a pager. How many of you had a pager back then? But now we're like the text message and the Facebook and the MySpace generation. And my colleagues on the council, they were still trying to learn how to use an iPad and trying to figure out how to poke someone. And what does it mean? Someone just talked about what does it mean if I poke someone? And these things are so important. The reason why I mention that is real serious meaning, social media, and why it's important for us to be engaged and understanding these same issues. We're not seeing enough young people. We're not seeing enough people of color. We're not seeing enough women. In Campbell, for example, we're the youngest city in Santa Clara County. Campbell is the youngest city. The average age is 36 years old. But when you look at the city council, it's all male. It's all male, even though females are majority. We're 58% female. So why are we not more engaged in this process? And let me just tell you one thing, and I've said this to many of you who were here before too, but like Darcy Green, you ask her about being a female, being a Latina, what is the same thing that she hears, that I hear, that will apply to everybody else in this room, not just in politics? What are the same things that Darcy, myself, and Jordan heard? It's not your turn, or put in your time, you're too young. That's nice little kid, but you don't have enough experience. Well, guess what? We can offset experience by it. It's not just about the years of service, it's about our judgment. And about making good judgment, not just experience. You can have all experience in the world, but make the wrong judgment. And for someone to tell us that it's not our turn, obviously, we will just respond by saying, well, if we want a seat at the table, it's important that we work hard to get there, right? It's very important that we get there. Because it's not no longer about having a seat at the table, because if you're not at the table, you'll be on the menu. And it's important that we get engaged and grab it by the balls. Testicular fortitude is very important. And getting out there and being engaged and being aggressive about these things. So please continue to support each other in this organization, to run for office. Darcy is someone you want to talk to. I know, again, it's not political, but anyone now who wants an endorsement from the Santa Clara County Democratic Party has to go before Darcy Green. She's now the chairwoman of the endorsement committee for the Santa Clara County Democratic Party. So you want to be nice to her. You want to be very, very nice to her. It's very important. And let me just end by saying this. I had an epiphany when I was serving last year as mayor. Yes, for the epiphany. I realized that as mayor of the city of Campbell at City Hall, I could marry two people, but I could not get married myself. I realized that I could write a letter of recommendation to someone to go to West Point and serve in the armed forces, but I could not serve myself if I wanted to. And I realized that mayor of the city of Campbell at City Hall, I could host a blood drive through the Red Cross blood drive. But I cannot donate blood myself because as an openly gay person, gay males cannot donate blood. Even though you test the blood anyway, I could lie and say, yeah, I'm different. So we need to work to fight for these challenges, to make sure that we have equity all over the place for all of us, because that's why we're all here. To fight for the people who don't have a voice, and to fight for the things that we see wrong in society. And I will commit to each and every one of you. I know I haven't had a chance to talk to every one of you, but I will commit to each and every one of you that I will too help you if you want to pursue public office or run for office or get involved in a committee or whatever it might be. I know Darcy will do the same thing because we're committed to helping each other. So it's very important that we do that. So please continue to help engage all of us in this. And for the people who didn't raise their hand that want to run for office, if you can help the people who did raise their hands, that's going to be even more important. Because I'm actually getting old now. I'll be in my 6th year, and so I'm done in 2 years. So while it seems like I'm fairly young, it's not true. I'm actually going to be done. So I want to continue to bring up other people in the pipeline. So if you live in Campbell, let me know. If you don't live in Campbell, but you live in Santa Clara County, talk to Darcy. And if you live in Cupertino, talk to Jordan. Thank you very much. Continue the work that you're doing.